Hello, the name is Daman Dev Sood. Welcome to my weekly show, My Top Tips. We started some discussions around sustainable companies. What is a real sustainable company? This discussion is going to take 2-3 parts. Today is part 2. In part 1, I raise some issues like sustainability washing and sustainability washing companies. Perhaps two new terms coined by me. Meaning is similar to greenwashing and eye-washing that we had been using earlier. In recent terms, perhaps AI washing also, and I had earlier discussed about AI washing also. So sustainability washing, when I'm making an inaccurate claim of being a sustainable person, company, community. Similarly, sustainability washing companies, I said a gang of sustainability washing companies. An example was from DTC, starting from world's biggest pollution-free bus service to now when they have shifted to electric buses saying 0% smoke. I believe it's not 0% smoke. It may not be near me, closer to me. The bus may not be producing visible smokes, but the electricity is still being generated using fossil fuels, most likely coal. So someone somewhere is still producing smokes for me, on behalf of me. I should not attempt to claim that I'm smoke-free. Second example was from hotels, many hotels. When you check in, you find a card. Leave this card on the bed if you want your linen to be changed, or else reuse it an extra day. It saves power, water, energy. And I've done that, but the sheets are still replaced every day. Same is about towels also. I want to reuse my towel. I don't leave it on the floor, but the housekeeping staff perhaps do not understand this and they still change the towel. Another example experience was from a hotel where there was a rooftop solar water heater. So good, a step towards sustainability or being a sustainable company. But there was long pipeline and I'll have to keep the tap open for about 15 minutes before I would get hot water. So at one side, using solar power, but at the other side, wasting a precious resource like water. So again, that claim wouldn't be right according to me. And almost all companies in past 3-4 years who have been doing sustainability reporting have been reporting on their emissions or carbon footprint. If they have not picked up the carbon footprint from their employees' house when the employees have been working from home, then that calculation, that reporting is not correct according to me. So the purpose of this talk, a series of these talks, a real sustainable company is not to find faults, but to challenge the way for sure, including up to the authorities like United Nations, that perhaps there's a need now to make a little change in the way we calculate our carbon footprint and the way we report it. In part 2 today, I'm going to spend more time on my view 1, which is based on different mechanisms, reporting mechanisms in the world, prevalent in the world, about sustainability. So if you look at the top, GRI reporting SASB, CDP, which was Carbon Disclosure Project, TCFD, IR, ISO 26000, United Nations Global Compact, and OECD guidelines. So the top is different reporting mechanisms. And then I'll keep showing quickly, a quick look only today on different parameters in these reporting mechanisms. The first one is economic performance, and we see almost all mechanisms look at economic performance of the company. Second parameter is environmental performance. And we again see there is environmental performance in almost all reporting mechanisms. I'll just keep waiting, showing this for a few seconds. Third parameter is social performance. Again, all reporting mechanisms take care of that. While the degree or weightage in different mechanisms may be different. Here we see social performance maximum weightage is in GRI. I'll show quickly last two slides also, again, to impress upon this fact that even if parameter is taken care of in all reporting mechanisms, but the weightage, degree, coverage may be different. So once again, we see GRI for environmental performance maximum. But if you look at economic performance, GRI is less, but United Nations Global Compact, ISO 26000 and IR talk of economic performance a lot. Fourth parameter is social performance. Again, all reporting mechanisms from left to right, from GRI to OECD guidelines take care of that, but weightage is more in GRI and SASB and CDP. Governance performance not taken care of in UNGC and OECD, but a lot of weightage in TCFD and SASB. If you look at industry-specific metrics, all taking care of that, climate-related disclosures, as well as integration of financial and non-financial. What I'm attempting to show is that GRI encourages this, but not necessarily not mandated, but SASB is almost necessary mandated. All other reporting mechanisms encouraging integration of financial as well as non-financial. The reason I have attempted to do this is going back to part one of the discussions. What is or who is a real sustainable company? That most of us across globe, the moment we think of sustainability, we think of environment, we think of emissions, we think of pollution. Pollution is a big topic once again. What comes to mind is air, water pollution, but there is noise pollution also. There are other types of pollutions, but there is a big pollution which is here in our minds. Our minds need to be clean. I'll talk of that some other time, but today, bringing our focus back to sustainability and a real claim about sustainability or being sustainable. So my view one around a real sustainable company is based on various sustainability reporting mechanisms, where I'm saying a major observation is that all reporting mechanisms generally focus on economic, social, and environmental performance of the company. But do not be surprised when I say there are actually about 20 different angles or parameters to focus on when we talk of sustainability. And that's the basis of these talks with a question mark: who is a real sustainable company? Presenting view 2 today, only an opening of that view. It's based on various management systems or domains. So business continuity management is linked with sustainability, because sustainability, according to me, is not environmental sustainability only. It's the sustainability of the overall business. And hence, BCM comes into picture supporting sustainability. Environment, health and safety, easily understood. More than that, EHS also actually environment portion is easily understood. Health and safety being worked upon, but perhaps not from sustainability angle. Personal resilience is important. In the past, we used to say people make companies. I have made little change in this statement. Today, I say resilient people make resilient companies. Ultimately, we look forward to being a resilient planet, for which we will have to have resilient communities, which will be made through resilient companies, which are dependent on resilient people. Hence, personal resilience comes into picture when we talk of sustainability. We need to take care of this. Financial, all reporting mechanisms taking care of that or talking about that. If I'm not healthy financially, I cannot be sustainable. I cannot be resilient. So when I talk of personal resilience, I give 4 parameters. I need to be strong physically, mentally, emotionally, commercially. So that's finance portion, as well as spiritually, if people do not mind. But I'm not saying religion. There is a difference between religion and spirituality. Employee engagement is important, which is towards personal resilience. Resource optimization and environmental management, important. ESG is a new mantra, new requirement. Almost all companies are working or wish to, I would say, must work on ESG, environmental, social, and governance. Quality management system helps us to be sustainable and resilient. Information security and cyber security, once again, this is part of resilience, if you want to call part of organizational resilience. Oh, I've just introduced a new term called organizational resilience. Hold on, I'll talk about that also. Environmental management, and the last point I'm showing here is view 2 basis is various management systems and domains that we have seen here, energy management. So from 1, 2, or 3, once upon a time, there was a concept called TBL, triple bottom line report. Not only financial, but other parameters also. Talk about those, report those, work on those. So from 3 to 11. Our journey has just started. Hold on. I'll introduce 20. So view 2 helps us to understand that sustainability is more than just the environment and emissions. There is a lot more than just the environment and emissions. In my view 3 of real sustainable companies, I will introduce my concept of natural progression from risk to organizational resilience. So a quick look here. Starting from risk, moving to enterprise risk management, to governance risk and compliance, to business quantity management, achieving operational resilience, operational excellence or business excellence, and finally reaching organizational resilience. At this point, let me also say that no one ever be 100% resilient. No one is perfect in this world. Improvements are always possible, and we should work towards improvements. We should keep this in mind. We should admit that we will never be able to close this journey. Organizational resilience, or even if we say just resilience, is a journey of transformation. Once started, you will have to keep walking, keep working on it. So view 2 helps us to understand that sustainability is more than just, or a lot more than just, environment and emissions. I will also touch upon in my next talk. I will also touch upon United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, which are 17, where I will attempt to reorder them and draw a parallel with organizational resilience. This is where I would like to stop today. If you have any questions about this topic, a real sustainable company, a gang of or group of sustainability washing companies. What is a real sustainability? Or any questions about resilience, organizational resilience, please feel free to write to me. I'll be happy to respond. This is my weekly show, my top tips every Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. IST, and I look forward to seeing you every Wednesday. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.